You do a lot, girl. For 17, I'm like, whoo, I try to think about what was I doing at 17. But not only are you a pageant queen, not only do you have a literacy campaign, building libraries in the community, sharing this love of reading with young children, but you're also a mean girl on the track.
Yes, yes.
Extraordinary people in our community, I would say, are Positively Milwaukee. I'm excited to have you join us. PozCast.
Well, as the intro says, I love talking to extraordinary people doing amazing things in our community. So I had to ask Analena Peterson to join me at the table today for the Positively Milwaukee podcast because this young woman is doing a lot. Hi, Analena.
Hi, Shannon.
It's been a minute since we've seen each other, but
Yes.
you know, one thing I love about you, Analena, is that you are really about making sure that literacy is so important in our community. Can you share with me where that started?
Yes. So when I was growing up, I did struggle with reading a lot to the point where if I had to read in class, I would try to find the shortest sentence to read. And then if I messed up on a word, I would be nervous. And sometimes I would go to the bathroom to cry because it was more of a mental defeat for me because I'd never liked to struggle in front of people. And through that, I was able to find a passion for literacy by being able to donate little libraries all across Wisconsin and to states surrounding us. And I was actually able to have 21 a couple of weeks ago, which is super exciting. And my goal is 30 by the end of this year. And I'm really excited just to make that happen.
And when we talk about little libraries, you are funding not only just this structure where the books can be housed, but you're also purchasing the books?
No, I'm not purchasing the books. I go with Just Between Friends, and they have a lot of books that go through there, and they're where you can buy the books or you can donate them. So the books that are all donated at the end of the day, my mom and I sort through, and we take them home, and that's where we get a bulk majority of our books. And then also through that too, I have advertisements going around my community where people are like, we have books for you if you come pick them up on our front doorstep. And
so you've inspired people
Yes.
to bring books to this campaign.
Yes.
Now, we're blinded by this beautiful crown that's in front of us if you're
Yes.
watching us on our YouTube channel. And that's kind of where you were able to have a platform to speak about literacy.
Yes.
Talk about the crown and the title.
Yes, so I won Miss Teen Galaxy back in August, which was my second time competing, and I'm really happy that I was able to win it because it gives me a bigger platform to share about my literacy. But even with that, I don't need the crown to share my literacy because it's something that's so passionate to me that I know I'll continue to do it. Like when I see little libraries, I'm like, I just want to go put books in there because I know it's helping out younger kids to find that love.
And you talk about passion, and someone was actually moved, or you were moved, by learning about a story of a woman who was very passionate about teaching kids and loves Snoopy. Can you share with me how that bond came about?
Yes. So when I was in the Champions of Change Award, we happened to find just a table all the way in the back of the whole room, complete back. And we were sitting by this couple who just recently lost their daughter and then their two grandchildren in a car accident, and she loved Snoopy so much to the point where everything that they talked about, they had Snoopy in their room, Snoopy at their house. And I was able to dedicate 2 libraries, which my grandpa helped with, paint Snoopy onto it, and also dedicate their names on it as well.
Wow. So this really is a family affair.
Yes. My grandparents get involved. They were actually able to be there for both of the openings, which was really special for me too.
And so you've now, how many of those Snoopy libraries have you been able to put up in the community?
I've been able to put up 2, and we have a 3rd one coming, which I'm really excited for because 3 I feel like is a good number to have that establishment. And I'm just excited because the family's always there and they're wearing Snoopy, and it just warms my heart to know that I was able to touch them in such a special way.
And that's how I learned about you, Analena, because you were nominated for our most, or I should say, inspiring youth for the Positively Milwaukee Awards. And that was a moment I think you remember very well.
Yes.
And on the screen, that was a night back in November when you received your award. How did you feel?
I was extremely touched just to be able to be nominated for it, to even know. I didn't even know that it existed until I was nominated, which just makes me feel like, wow, I didn't even know that this was an opportunity for me to even have. And being able to be recognized on that high of a level, there's no words to describe it because I feel like that's in and of itself, just being able to be nominated is amazing.
But what you do, Analena, most 16, 17-year-olds, how old are you?
I'm 17.
17. They're not thinking about others.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when we think about how, again, you came to this literacy campaign of your own struggle,
Mm-hmm.
and out of your own struggle, you finding a way to help others.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. You even wrote a book.
Yes, I did. I wrote a book called Pageant Day. And the reason I wrote it was because I always loved reading poems because they were easy for me to read when I was struggling. And I thought a little children's book is almost like a poem because the words are short, the lines aren't that long, and it's easy for kids to read. And I did it as my journey at how I got into pageantry. It was really on a whim almost. I just saw Miss Teen USA Wisconsin and Miss Wisconsin. I said, Mom, I want to be like them one day. And I'm so happy that my mom supported me in all of my adventures to do that, because without her, I don't really think I would be able to be where I am, because she's been my rock and my support through all of this.
Well, you say that. And, most people, if you know Analena, then you know Mom is right behind in tow. Tanya is down 10 toes for her daughter. But most people didn't get to see this excerpt of the story that we did on you. And I just want you to listen to what you said.
I would say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to cry about it, but she is the most amazing person that any daughter could ever ask for. And I'm beyond happy that she's my mom and that I can go to her whenever I need anything, and that she is someone that calls me the first second she finds out news that I can open a little library somewhere else. Or when she says, I have an opportunity to go collect books. Do you want to go take that opportunity? I say yes, because it's time I'm able to spend with my biggest supporter, but also the time I get to spend with my mom.
I'm going to cry listening to that.
I got shivers up my arms, and Mom is also in the studio with us. Mom, how does that make you feel?
I'm beyond touched. I would do anything for her. She's an inspiration to me too. I mean, just knowing what she's all done.
Yes.
She's just made such an impact. I mean, when people come up to me and come up to her and say, "You've helped us, you've changed our lives. You've helped us get over, you were the person that made the difference in our life." I have no words.
Just know that that's your DNA too. So thank you, Mom, for bringing this being into our universe to be able to benefit from the love that your mother and your father have shown you, and then just the humility you have. I mean, most people, you can feel energy. And Analena, I can tell you that when I'm sitting here just talking with you, it feels so genuine and it feels so real.
Thank you.
You do a lot, girl, for 17. I'm like, whoo, I try to think about what was I doing at 17. But not only are you a pageant queen, not only do you have a literacy campaign, building libraries in the community, sharing this love of reading with young children, but you also a mean girl on the track.
Yes, yes.
What's your race?
I do the 100 and 200, which honestly love them. They are my favorite events, just especially the 200. Right once I get off that turn and I'm on the straight, just bye-bye. I'm just cruising down that straight. Oh, there's no words to describe it. You're just like floating in a way. It's so amazing. I just like feel so powerful too, just running. And
you're just free on the track.
Yes, I'm just free. I just love it so much.
And I love, because we're showing some of the pictures of you running for Catholic Memorial.
Yes.
And I told you earlier, I said, girl, every time I get a picture, you're like so surprised. But
Yes.
These are PRs.
Yes, that was the first time I ever broke 25 in a race, and that was at state. And just to see that 24.93 on the board blew me away, because that was the first time I PR'd in over a year in my 200. So to be able to accomplish that at state, I was literally crying after I did that, because I was so proud of myself for being able to accomplish that.
And how has track helped you for the next chapter of your life?
Oh my gosh, tremendously, because I had almost a mental block with track my junior year, where I just mentally couldn't do it anymore. And I had to have that determination to get back onto my grind again, to get back to doing what I love to do. And it just helped me to show that if you're really dedicated to something and you put the effort into it, you can have great outcomes. And if I do that in my work life, if I put that dedication in, I know I'll have a great outcome. And track has taught me that, and I'm so thankful for that.
And so again, you are 17, yes. A senior in high school. So next chapter has us going where?
It has me going to Eastern Illinois University, and when I tell you I'm beyond excited, I am beyond excited. I just want to be there now running. Just want to be there right now. I'm so excited.
You know what? I just love your energy. But you know what, Annalena? There are a lot of kids who are just like you, 17 years old, high school, and they're struggling, trying to figure out what's next. What do I do? Seeing all that you've accomplished, what advice would you give to someone who's 17, just like you, trying to figure it out?
Find something you're passionate about, because for me, track I have a passion for, and for having literacy to share it with others, that's my passion too. And I wasn't able to find that if I didn't have the passion for it. So when you love something, continue to do that, because it will help you and take you further in life. Because if you don't have that passion, you're just going to be, well, what am I doing this for? But when that passion's there, you love to do it and you want to keep doing it.
Well, I can't wait to see what is next.
I'm excited too. Really, really excited.
Thanks for coming in and joining me at the
Yes.
PozCast.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Is there someone in your community doing amazing work? An unsung hero, or someone just with an inspiring story to uplift us all? Well, I want to hear from you, because I want to talk to them. Why don't you reach out to me with the email on the screen? And the next time you tune in, they may just be sitting next to me here on the PozCast.